Hello everyone, I am Hers. In the previous video, we completed the responsive Kanban board UI in WPF. In today's video, we will add the code functionality of Kanban board like filter task, add new task, update existing task, and delete task, all using MVVM architecture in WPF. So without wasting the time, let's get started. In the previous video, I have added the border here, but I made some changes in the UI. I used the badge control here and I change the style of that button. First, let's see what are the changes I have done for the UI. In the Kanban board view UI, I have added one namespace. For may have controls and one behavior namespace I have added. Why I have added, I will show you. Let's go to the use of this namespace. So this is the use of behavior namespace. To bind the command for mouse double click, I am using interaction trigger, where we have to specify the event name, and in invoke command action we can bind the command easily. And here if you observe, I am using data context dot the command name, and I am providing the root grid as a reference of this source for this command. Why I am doing this? Because our data context of the view model is set for this control, and in the root grid we will get that data context. So from that root grid we are taking the data context. Inside the data context we can find this edit task command. This data context is the Kanban board view model for this UI. And then I have added the context menu like edit, delete, and move to. This I will modify in the next video to move the task to different column. So here I used context menu. Inside context menu I have added the menu item and binded the command again by using data context and that command and reference with root grid. And command parameter I am simply binding so that it will pass the current object to this command method. And then I have added the separator. What you can see here, this line is nothing but separator. Similar way I have added the menu item for delete command. Same thing I am using like data context dot delete task command, and then source reference to root grid and command binding as binding. And then for button control I change the style. I use this style of may have, so we are getting this blue color and this effect. And if you see the badge, I used this may control badge and binded the badge with task count. So whenever the value will increase here, we can see this count will also increase. Like let's filter it. You can see only one with test 2. You can clear it. And here in the search box, I want to add one thing like clear button. We can add it here. How we can add? I will use this may then text box helper dot clear text button equal to true. And now if we see, we will get the clear button here. Let's load it. Let's restart the application. Okay, here I added for text block. This is incorrect, so here I will change for text box. And if we save and see, we can see this clear button here. And also you can add the watermark by using this like may text box helper dot watermark, and I will write search text, and you can easily see the text here as a watermark. So these are the UI change. Now let's see the code functionality of this filter and adding and removing the column. Like if you check or uncheck, it will show and hide based on this selection. Now let's go to the view model. So here I am passing two services, one for dialog, like when we click on add, one dialog will come and we can add the task. One is for storage. I want to store this task information in the JSON file, so I will use it. Now let's see the implementation of iStorage service. The JSON storage service will implement iStorage service, and here we are creating the option for JSON serializer like write indented equal to true, property name case insensitive equal to true. And then inside the constructor I am passing the file path. If it is null, then we will save this file to the base directory of this project, like inside the bin we will save. So here we are checking if directory exists, then we will not do anything. If directory does not exist, then we will create the directory. And to load the data from the JSON file, I have one method load where we will check if file exists, then read the file and deserialize it to board data. Otherwise create the default board like what we saw in the previous tutorial. We'll create column and the empty task. In the column, we will add all the type of the column like to do, in progress, in review, done, blocked, and on hold, and save the information to the JSON file. We will use the JSON serializer.serialize. It will serialize the data to the JSON format, and then it will write to the JSON file. And what dialog service will do? Here we have two methods: show task dialog and show confirmation. Like when we will click on add, it will take the task card view model and it will create the object of that, and then it will create the task editor view, which we will see the first. So this is the task editor view where we will enter our task information. So one thing here, if you observe focus manager dot focus element, it is binded with the element name title box. Like when this UI load, it will focus to this title box. What is this title box? We have the text box name title box that will be focused automatically. Like if you see here, let's click on add task, you can see it is focused to the title text box. And then here I used 3 converter that we will see wherever it is used. And then here we are creating the object data provider to take the enums detail. So how to use this? Inside the object data provider, we will use the key, and then we will set the method name get value. So what it will do? It will take the value for that enum. Here we are passing object type is enum, and then in method parameter we are passing the type name which is task priority. Means from the task priority it will take all the value of the task priority that we can see here. It will return low, medium, high, and crit. In the same way we have the object data provider for the column type, and then I have added the grid with 9 rows where we will have all the field to enter the information of task. Like for title we have text box, for description we have text box, like that. For other thing also we have text box, and for the priority we have combo box where we can select the priority. And this ellipse I have added to show this color, and then it is binding with the text priority. And similar thing I have added for column, these 2 ellipse for glossy ellipse, and then the value of the column type. And then we have the text box for the tag, and here I set the clear text button and watermark. Similar way for this also I have added it, that I already explained in the Kanban board. Then we have button cancel and save, and it is binded with the command which we can see in text editor view model. So this task card view model what we are passing from the dialog service, that we are assigning to the task editor view model property. You can see here we are assigning task editor view model title to the task title. Similarly for description, task description assigned to task assigned to value, and similarly priority and columns. And for tag text we are combining it with the comma, and then we have the save command where we will update the value what we are getting from this. And for the tag text we are splitting by comma and adding it to list of tag, which we can see here. This is the list of string, and then I set the value saved equal to true and close action, means it will close the dialog which action I have created here, and I initialize this action here in the dialog service. Dialog result equal to result it will return, and once the dialog show dialog equal to true and it is saved, then it will close. And for cancel we are simply closing the window. So this is the task editor view model. Now let's go back to the Kanban board view model. So here I am assigning this storage and dialog to this read only field, and then simply assigning the empty list to columns and all tasks. And then here if you observe I am using collection view source. Why I am using it? Because we have predefined filter where we can set the filter easily. That's why I am using this collection view source, and I assign source with columns, which is this one, and then I set the filter here. So what it will do, it will check if the item is of type column model and column model dot is visible equal to true, then it will accept, means if dot accepted equal to true, means if both are true, then the column will be visible. And this what we have pointed to Kanban view. Like if you go ahead and see this one, I am assigning this visible column source dot view. So whenever it will update, it will also update this visible column and the filter will also apply. And then this is load board. In last video I explained, but today also I will explain because I have added some more code here. Let's go to this. So first we will load the data, means all the task from the JSON file. If it is not there, then it will create and return, and then we are clearing it. For now it is not required, we can comment it. And then this I already explained, we are taking the column type from this data and then we are extracting the columns, and then we are checking if column count greater than equal to 0, means if we have some column, then we will take the order, max order from the column count, like the column which have the maximum order. Like if you go here, we have the order 0 1 2 3 4 5, so it will take from the maximum plus 1. If it is 0 or less than 0, then it will assign to 0. Then what we are doing, we are taking the column type from the enum and removing, means except existing type. If whatever this existing type is available here, that we will skip from this enum and then we will add to the column. So in the column we will set name, type and order. Then I sort this all column by order in ascending order, and then we are creating the column model object for each column. And then if this column property change, then we will call on property change. Why we are calling? Because in on property change I am updating something, like if property name is filter property or sort by, then we will apply the filter. Or if property name is column model is visible, then we will replace the visible column so that it will I dot show the respective column, and then we will add to the columns. And then again we are calling the visible column dot replace. From the data we will take all the task and add to all task collection, and then we will distribute the task to each column. So here what we are doing, we are iterating through the column and clearing the task first, and then from the column we are creating the dictionary which will take the type as a key, and then we are calling get filter and sorted task. So first let's go to this method, taking the copy of all tasks to task because I don't want to change this. And then if filter text is not null, then we will filter based on filter text. We'll check if title contains that filter text, assign to contains the filter text, or text contains that filter text. Then we will store that task to this task, and here we are ignoring the case. And if filter priority have some value, then based on that value we will take the tasks and store to the task. And then if we selected the sort by option, based on that sort by option we will sort it. Like for priority I will sort in descending order, for title I will sort in ascending, and for created I will sort in descending. Like we are calling order by descending of created date, and then we will return the final task. So once we'll get the task here, then we'll try to take that column from this dictionary if it exists. Then we will add this task to the column, and then we will replace the count for that column. So this is the loading and filter part. Now let's go to the add task command, what I have binded to the button. If you see here, I am using the add task command. So for that we have the command add task, where we are checking if parameter type is column type, then we will take the column type, otherwise it will be to do, means the data will be added to the to do column. Then we are creating task card view model because we will add the task, and here we are passing Kanban task with column type and setting the order. Like if we have 10 columns, so we will take the count and we'll set the order as 10. Like we will count the task with the column type and will assign to the order. If this column type like to do column have 10 record, then it will store to 10. Then I am calling show task dialog, so it will call this method show task dialog, what I have explained earlier. So now I am not going to explain it. So once the result will get, like we will get this result true or false. Here if it is true, then we will add to the task, and then we'll take the column from the columns with this type, and then also that task we need to add to the column tasks. This is all tasks, and this is column tasks, and then refresh the count and save board. This is save board method, which we can see here. So here we are getting the board data object and we are taking all the columns. This is nothing but it is returning the columns. Inside the column model we have the method to model, which will take this column what we are passing to the column model, and then we will store it to columns. From all tasks also we will get all the column and assign to the tasks, and then we will save this data to our JSON file. This is for adding the data to the board. And then if you go to edit task, again we are checking if parameter is not task card model, then return it, otherwise store this value to the task and open the show task dialog and do the required thing here. Then if it is true, then distribute the tasks to the respective column and save this information to the JSON file. And for delete, again we are checking if parameter is not task card view model, then return, otherwise store to the task and show the confirmation if you want to delete or not. So for that we have here, if we click on yes, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Here we are using message box.show, and where we are passing message, title and button and the image. Like if you go here, if you want to delete this, you can see this icon, this title and this information which is message, and this if you click yes, then it will delete. Here what we are checking, if it is not confirmed, then return, otherwise we will remove the tasks from the all tasks as well as from the column tasks and refresh the count and save the information to our JSON file. This is clear filter. Like when we click on clear, then we are making filter text empty, filter priority null and sort by order. This one, if you select this title and clear it, it will make it order. And if you select high title and something, we will write like test and now click on clear, then here it will be clean, and as we are setting to null, so it will select the all and the order is selected here. So this is all about the Kanban board view model for all the command and sorting and filtering. Let's try to add some information. I will say Kanban tasks. I will set Kanban task description and name. I will say hers, and I will mark it critical. Here I will set the tag and click on save. This is added. If you want to add the task here, you can add here also. If you see, this will by default select as column type. See, if I select add task here, if you see, it is the blocked column, so it will set to blocked. Now let me show you this dialog service. So here what we are using, dialog window. So for that I have created one dialog window here, and here I am just adding the content presenter and I set the name as content area. If you see here, we have the set content method where we are passing the element, and the content area content we are setting with content. And also if you observe, I set the title to task detail. What you can see here, if you click on add, this is task details, and the owner is current main window, means if you open it you will be not able to click here. So this is the owner and this is the child element, and then we are setting this content which we can see here. So why I have created this dialog window, so whenever we need some other UI for the dialog, we will simply create the user control and we will pass that value and we can get the dialog easily. And this service, if you observe in the Kanban board view model, I am passing it, but I am not passing the new object. How it is resolved? It is resolved because I register this service in the app class. Here if you see singleton for both the service like dialog service and JSON storage service, I register these two service to the container. So whenever this object will create, it will resolve this object, means it will take the object from this, like I am passing dialog service, so it will take dialog service here, dialog service object, and here it will take JSON storage service object in the storage. If you don't register, then you will get the exception here. So this is the power of dependency injection. And I forgot to mention this thing. So priority color, I am using it here for this glossy ellipse, and column type to color we are using for this column glossy type ellipse. This is for priority type. So I am not using this, so I will remove it. I hope you learn how to design the Kanban board, how to bind the command, how to show the dialog, and how to save the data into the JSON file, and also you learn the use of dependency injection for our service. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, let's share this video with your friends.